Hey everybody, it's Gail, and today I have potholders for you, and they are little kitties. So this is Winkin and Blinkin and Nod, and these are all made of worsted weight kitchen cotton. So the pattern called for Lily Sugar and Cream, which is what I used on this guy, but this one and my completely finished one, sorry buddy, I dropped one, are made of Knit Picks Dishy, which is just Knit Picks version of Lily Sugar and Cream. And these are made all in one piece, the heads are. So it's, you start from the bottom and you work your way out, and then you add chain stitches for the ears, and you get this really cute little shape. This is great. I love it. You use a 3.5 millimeter hook to make them. It's possible the pattern told me to use something smaller, and I won't. I will not go down to like some of these older potholder patterns want you to work a 2 millimeter hook with worsted weight yarn, and I can't do it. My hands just do not allow it. So I always stick with about a 3.5 or a 3 depending. But these are a 3.5. I did do all of the face details with a 2 millimeter hook, like the nose and the mouth and the eyes, and then the open eyes. And I did that because the original pattern calls for embroidery floss for all of these details, and absolutely not. I have enough tiny shit to lose in my house. I am not keeping embroidery floss here if I can help it. So no, I just used some of the yarn and went down to a really small hook for these small pieces, and I think they really came out nicely. They're a little bigger than they appear in the pattern photo, but tough shit. They still look cute. So you need about 300 yards to make all three of them, and I went with 3 different colors because I thought it would be fun. And then on the back, I have sewn this kitty fabric. These are, like I said, they're going, I don't think I said, these are going to a friend of mine who has cats and specifically takes care of FLV positive cats. So any bits of fun we can have with kitty patterns and that sort of thing, I like to do. The reason that this is sewn on the back is because this is one layer, and on its own, it would not be enough to be a good potholder. And so a lot of these older patterns from the mid-century, you use the worsted weight, and then it was expected that you would sew on a piece of fabric on the back. Now, if you don't want to do the sewing, and I totally get that, what you're going to want to do is make extra kitty heads. So instead of 3, make 6, and then stitch them together once you get the face pieces on, and then you will have a double thickness potholder that'll do a great job. The other thing, if you do want to sew it on, what I did was I laid these out on the fabric I was using, and then I used a quilting pen, which the ink washes out. It's disappearing ink. And I intentionally was very loose about my tracing around the edges, and then I have pinned this to the potholder with some bobby pins, and so this will stay in place as I start sewing it, and then I go in with my fabric scissors and I do a very, very close cut. So that is how I put the backs on my potholders when I make these. So these potholders, they're from, I think, the 50s. It might have been the 40s. I'm not sure. I got these kittens made in a, I got these as their own pattern at one point off Etsy, but I also found them in a pattern booklet later on in a different store on Etsy. So I will link to whatever I can find now, because it's been a couple of years since I bought that pattern, so that Etsy shop may be gone. But I think I did buy the booklet with all the other patterns as well, so I'll post whatever I got, let's put it that way. And if it's not a link to Etsy, it will be a link to the PDFs on my website, so that you can get a hold of them if you want them, because archiving is important. I think I gave that speech in the last video, so I'll spare you the long-winded version of that. But yeah, so these are great weekend project, very cute, a lot of fun. I really love this sort of mid-century kitchen stuff because I feel like the kitchen is a place where it used to be a lot more fun in terms of decorating, and it sort of faded out as like, oh, this is a room that you can do stuff in. You can personalize it. And so I really like getting the chance to personalize like this, even though they're not for me. But I made a video about a month and a half ago with like 12 potholders that I made from a different book. So those are for me. So I'm good. Yeah, I think that's everything. They're cute. They're fun. I love them. Kitties. And they're all in one piece, which is nice. I really like when that can happen because I don't want potholders that come in several pieces that you then have to assemble. I don't trust my joins all the time. So, yep, okay, yep, that's the list. I'm good. As always, if you enjoy what I do here, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all of that fun stuff. And I will see you when I see you.